Hey guys, Rachel here. I'm going to attempt to do a side-by-side comparison of our tarot, the indie version, and the mass market. So I'm going to light some incense. I tried to record this last night and it failed because my phone told me I was out of storage. So I guess I was talking too much, and I'm going to try to make this more concise. I'm also a little bit on the sick side. So I'm probably going to botch everybody's names, even the women that I'm familiar with. It's just how it goes lately. It's so funny. I've been talking to Honey Lou a lot, and neither one of us can speak. So it's amazing that we know what we're trying to tell one another anyway. All right, I'm going to try to get right into this. So this is a deck that I remember watching the production of years ago on Instagram. And then when the deck was finally released, I don't know what was going on. A lot of turmoil, lots of things going on in my life. Totally forgot, missed out. And then I was super excited when I found out this was going to be released mass market. However, when I flipped through a sample copy at a bookstore, I was just disappointed because I thought the cards were too small. I think that this is one of the most amazing collage decks produced, and I wanted to see larger images, and there were a couple of cards, or maybe a handful actually, that she had changed, and I didn't disagree with her changes. I just was sad because I really wanted to see some of the cards that I had fallen in love with. This is my daughter's copy. I did buy this for her as a gift because my daughter loves history, and she's actually read a good chunk of this book. So anyway, I don't think I mentioned Our Tarot, a guidebook and deck featuring notable women in history by Sarah Shipman. It's amazing. So this is the mass market. It opens like this. Here's the book. And then the cards are in this nice little tuck box. So you can store this away or get rid of it if you choose to. And then this recently came into my collection. I was so stoked because from time to time I hunt for this deck and I never find it. I can never find anybody selling it, even for a price that I can't afford. But finally I found this, and oh my God, it was so cheap. It was so cheap, especially for an out-of-print indie deck. I couldn't believe it. So this also comes with a nice little guidebook. And here's the deck. There are some changes that, you know, I prefer, like in the mass market. Like you can see the guidebook is larger. And it could be, you know, I think the font size, this sans serif font, is a little larger in the indie version, but I do think you get more information in the mass market. The other thing I like are these beautiful full-size representations of her beautiful collage work. So anyway, through it a little bit. I'm going to try to do this quickly because I'm so worried that I won't be able to upload this, and I don't want to edit this video because then I definitely won't be able to. Oh, and I have like videos to record for Gothlit November. I usually have to edit those because I like to insert other media, you know. Might have to use my daughter's phone for that. Anyway, let's try to get right into the cards. Yeah. Some decks may be stacked against us, but this deck is ours. Love that. All right. So bummed that I think I'm sick, by the way. You can see the backs are quite different. The mass market is this like lovely gold. And then here we have, I don't know, are these like shells and hands and flowers? I don't know. But you can see how the indie version is larger, and that's one of the reasons I wanted the indie version so bad. And the cardstock is nice on both, actually. The mass market, I forget the publisher. Hang on a second. It is Harper Design. And then this is a little bit more flexible. They're both sort of like, I don't know, maybe semi-gloss. Maybe this is slightly glossier, but not a super glossy deck. I think they're both like decent quality and they will stand the test of time. So here with the Fool, Joan of Arc, she's changed the artwork a bit. And I think maybe I prefer the updated version in the mass market, but it's tough to say because they're both lovely. The Magician, she has changed. The woman who is represented here, we have Temple Grandin in the indie and Marie Curie in the mass market. I don't know which one I prefer. I'm not going to try to choose favorites for each. I did that in my previous video, and yeah, I talked too much. So Hildegard of Bingen for the High Priestess. So you can see here, this is our first card where you have the same image, same woman, but you can see how the indie is a little bit larger. I would love it even larger, like personally, but I do prefer this. Like, do I have another? This is the Graven Images. It's just happened to be sitting here because I'm using it. It's like exactly the same size, I think. Anyway, Nefertari. At first glance, these look exactly the same, but the swans are different. This is so cute with the babies on the mama's backs. But this is more symmetrical. The Emperor, Queen Victoria. I remember seeing this during the production and I thought, oh my God, how perfect. Queen Victoria as the Emperor. Yeah. And it is different. Sort of the same composition, but she's used two different paintings of Victoria here. I love them both. I do think I prefer the original. Catherine of Aragon. Again, in advance, my apologies. I don't know as I'm going to pronounce everyone's names correctly. Isn't that lovely? The Lovers, Jane Addams and Alan Gates Starr. This is maybe more vibrant in saturation. Harriet Tubman, The Chariot. This one is exactly the same. Katie Sandwina, Strength. Emily Dickinson, The Hermit. How perfect is she for the Hermit? So there's a dog in the indie. And where'd the dog go? Where did he go? So I think I would prefer this one. My daughter loves Emily Dickinson. Thinking about reading some Emily Dickinson poetry with her for Gothlit November because she keeps coming up in the history I'm reading. My daughter wants to go see where she's buried. It's a little bit of a drive for us though. It's like 2 hours away. So I'm not a great driver. I don't know. Elizabeth I for the Wheel of Fortune. Again, exactly the same. A coronation here. For Justice, we have a change. Mamie Till Mobley and Ida B. Wells. Such a sad story, but important. Hypatia. The Hanged Woman, it's called in this deck. Frida for death. Okay, this is a beautiful card. And again, the composition is the same, but she's used two different images of Frida here, and I don't know which one I prefer. I love them both. I love her. I love the colorful skulls and the bones here. It's just beautiful. Okay, Temperance. We have Shirley Chisholm and Anne Sullivan for the mass market. Abigail Williams for the devil. I can see why she made this change. It kind of like fits in with the landscape here and it's darker. But this one almost comes across as creepier. You have these figures here in this house. Very interesting. I like them both. But maybe I prefer this, I'm not sure. Anne Boleyn for the Tower. Yeah, literally, Tower of London. Ugh. Beautiful card. The Star Anne Frank. Again, composition is all the same, but she has swapped out the doves for butterflies, maybe to denote transformation. And you have a different image here. I mean, it's so sad. Sorry if I'm like whispering, if you can hear me, but I don't know. I'm a little sick. Mary Shelley for the Moon. How perfect. You can see how this is actually a little bit brighter. It's easier to see some of the details here in her gown and her headdress. The Sun, Sister Rosetta Tharpe. I'm so glad that this card did not change because I absolutely adore her. Yeah, and everything is exactly the same. For Judgment, we have Sophia Duleep Singh. Again, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing everyone's names correctly. Amelia Earhart for the World. She has updated the image of Amelia here. Ace of Wands, Maria Tallchief and Pearl Primus for the mass market. So they're both very good. But this was one of the cards that I really loved in the indie that she had changed. So Two of Wands, Sarah and Angelina Grimke. Three of Wands, Henrietta Delille. Four of Wands, Corazon Aquino. She's updated the image here. Five of Wands for Sophie Scholl, completely different. Completely, they're both so cool. I think I like this one though. Boudica for Six of Wands. Seven of Wands, Claudette Colvin and Lozin. Eight of Wands, Wilma Rudolph and Ludmila Pavlichenko. Both represent motion so well. Very cool cards. Nine of Wands, Jovita Edar. Ten of Wands, Wu Zetian. Looks exactly the same. Page of Wands, Elsa von Freytag Loringoven. Sorry. They're both good. I think I actually prefer the mass market. fun image there. Hattie McDaniel for the Knight of Wands. So perfect. And she has updated the photograph here. 2 different expressions. I think I might prefer the updated version, actually. Queen of Wands, Josephine Baker. I'm very happy that this one didn't change. Cleopatra for the Keeper of Wands. The Keeper is the king, by the way. And in the mass market, you can see how it's brightened up a bit. So you can see the details in her face a little bit better here. Ace of Swords, we have Mae Jemison and Bessie Coleman. Two of Swords, Ellen Keller. Composition is the same, but she's used a photograph here of when she's a child. And here she's an adult. I love them both. Maybe I prefer this because we know she went through a lot, and this card is showing us that she's been through it. And she's still here. Three of Swords, Julian of Norwich. Beautiful. Four of Swords, Simone Weil and Hilma F. Clint. This is so pretty. I mean, I do love Hilma F. Clint, so I can't complain about the change. Five of Swords, Carrie A. Nation. Almost the same, but she's added this body of water here. I still think I prefer the original, though. Six of Swords, Lucy Hicks Anderson and Marsha P. Johnson. Both have bodies of water in them. Both women went through similar experiences. Lucretia Borgia for Seven of Swords. Sorry if I'm like botching everybody's name. Just like, what? And yeah, again, this is like brightened up. But I kind of like the darkness of this card. Georgiana Cavendish for the Eight of Swords. So here the image depicting bondage is slightly different. You have chains and then you have rope here. And I kind of think that this conveys better her circumstances and what she went through because, I don't know, to me, chains sort of like denote more of like a term of like longer captivity than being tied up, but that's just me. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm going on about. Okay, Joanna of Castile for the Nine of Swords. Very cool. Jane Grey for 10 of Swords and Lupe Velez. Both so beautiful. Jane Austen, Page of Swords, almost the same, but she's changed like the imagery and the silhouette here, and the background is a different piece of writing, and the hand is different too, but it's the same composition. I like them both. Wallace Simpson for the Knight of Swords. Bold choice, but yeah, makes sense. A different photograph for here. Okay, Benazir Bhutto for the Queen of Swords. Again, sorry about pronunciation. Keeper of Swords, King of Swords, Asada Shakur and Huda Sha'arawi. Oh my God, I'm not even going to try. Sha'arawi. I'm so sorry. Audrey Munson for the Ace of Cups. Two of Cups, Eleanor Butler and Sarah Ponsonby. Hope you can't hear my stomach growling. Okay, for the Three of Cups, we have the Bronte sisters. And she's changed the image. This is the painting by their brother, and he was originally in the painting and removed himself. This is a photograph, but it's not confirmed that this is actually them. It was just speculated to be possibly the Bronte sisters, so we don't know actually who these women are. So I guess I actually prefer the change. Four of Cups, Alice Coltrane, and we have Gladys Bentley. And I don't disagree with the change, and I love this card, but I love Alice Coltrane, so again, I was sad to see her go. Creaky chair. Five of Cups, Eloise. Beautiful card. Looks exactly the same. Six of Cups, we have Marilyn Monroe, and in the mass market, we have Beatrix Potter. I love Beatrix Potter, and I think this card is so charming and whimsical. But this was, again, one of my favorite cards from the indie, and I was really sad to see Marilyn go. I thought this card was perfect for her. Seven of Cups, Eleanor of Aquitaine, my daughter's namesake, in a way. She's changed up some of the images here in the cups. And I'm sorry if I'm going a little too quickly for some of you, but like I said, storage issues, and you can always pause the video. Gertrude Ederle and Nellie Bly for the Eight of Cups. Eloisa Diaz for the Nine of Cups. 10 of Cups, Bibi Russell and Wangari Muta Matai. Beautiful. Both of these cards are so beautiful. Love it. Dorothea Dix for the Page of Cups. Almost the same. I think I kind of prefer the mass market here. Sojourner Truth for the Knight of Cups. Exactly the same. Kaiulani for the Queen of Cups. Another sad story. A little different here. I think I prefer the indie. Eleanor Roosevelt for the Keeper of Cups, the King. She's updated the image here. I think she looks a little bit more majestic here, though. Murasaki Shikibu. Heidi Lamar and Florence Nightingale. And again, I love her, so I was sad to see her go. The Florence Nightingale is also very important. Octavia Butler for the Three of Cups. Three of Pentacles. Love her. Two different images here of her. I think I prefer the indie. I like the color of the coins better, actually. And here, Isabella Stewart Gardner, although in the indie, she calls her Isabella Gardner. She's updated her name here. You know I love Isabella Stewart Gardner, and I go to visit this painting often in person. I think I prefer the indie because, again, I like the copper color of the coins. For the Five of Pentacles, we have Florence Owens Thompson and Edmonia Lewis. Both beautiful cards. My goodness. Six of Pentacles, Ada Lovelace. Love her. Two different images. Eartha Kitt for Seven of Pentacles and Zora Neale Hurston. Yeah, two fantastic women. I love Eartha Kitt, and I love this card, so I was sad to see it go. I think I'm saying too much today. Eight of Pentacles, Katherine Johnson and Phyllis Wheatley. Yeah, I do love this card and that she's in this deck, so yeah. Okay, for Nine of Pentacles, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Khadija. So sorry. Beautiful card. Ten of Pentacles, Gabriella Mistral. Page of Pentacles, Mary Lou Williams. So cool. Knight of Pentacles, Mary the First, known as Bloody Mary, and Clelia Mosher. Both very cool. Queen of Pentacles, Catherine II, and Anna Jarvis. I love both cards. They're both really good Queen of Pentacles cards. And then King of Pentacles, Keeper of Pentacles. We have Ningzinga, I don't know how to pronounce her name, I'm so sorry, and Sarah Breedlove. This is really lovely. So there you have it. I hope I meant to talk about all the differences that I meant to point out. And yeah, let me know if you have this deck, or if you have this deck, or if you have both. Love this deck. I'm so happy, so over the moon to finally have this, and I might actually decide to get my own copy of the mass market at some point. So anyway, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye.